Hello students, today we'll see how we can avoid common errors in constructor program. Both default and parameterized constructor we will discuss. At the end, I have given some different mechanism of question, that is homework. Just fill up true and false. Let's start with the default constructor. Here, assuming that the class name is given as PRS programming, so public class name, opening curly bracket, and assuming these are the instance variable given in the question. Thereafter, constructor definition starts. As we know, constructor name is same as class name, so it is also PRS programming. It is default constructor, so no parameter is passed to it. Then initialize the instance variables: integer 0, character null, float 0.0, double 0.0, string null. All the instance variables are initialized with its default value. Because I am emphasizing on default constructor, I am not using any calculation or display function. Directly I am writing the main method. Public static void main, inside which I am creating an object of the class PRS programming. PP is an object, new is a keyword, again PRS programming. Then I am calling the constructor with the help of object. PP is the object name dot constructor name PRS programming. It is empty parenthesis because I am not going to pass any parameter, because the method does not take any parameter. It is default constructor. It seems everything is correct. Let's see what are the errors that we did. Let's start with the first one. You can see over here int char data type is used. That means it is declaration. The variable is already declared over here as an instance variable. I don't need to redeclare it inside this constructor. So do not declare it again. So how to write? Write it like this. Simply use the instance variable with its default value. Instance variable with its default value like this. But can you see ch is equal to empty single quotes? It is not allowed. No space within a single quote is not a null. It is not called null. It's not a default value. So how to give? Let's see. We can give a space inside it. But space is a character. It is not a default value. Hence, the proper mechanism is, it is \0 for ASCII and lowercase u 4 zeros for Unicode. After this, we can check this one. Float is equal to 0.0. 0.0 by default is double. So we need a suffix, that is 0.0. F has to be used over here. Next problem is this. No need to call explicitly. Constructor is invoked automatically when an object is created. This part will call the constructor automatically. So we don't need to call it explicitly. And the next one is closing for the class is missing. This is the close of main method. This is the close of class. So these are the mistakes that we did in our program. Now it's time to discuss the parameterized constructor. Again, I am assuming the class name is PRG, PRG this time. Thereafter, the instance variable is name, basic salary, HRA, and net salary. Thereafter, parameterized constructor, it is taking parameter over here. Very good. Initializing the instance variable with parameter data. Yes, very good. Next, I am using the calculate method where I am calculating the HRA and net. Very good. Then display function inside which I am displaying the instance variables. Good. Then the main method, public static void main, PMS for Perry Mohan Sahu. We can take any object name, as I said already. It is not mandatory that we should take ARGS. Here I am creating an object. Very good. I am not calling the constructor explicitly this time. That is avoided. Very good. Now I am calling the calculate method, then display method. Close of class is given this time. Very good. The error that we recognized in the previous part is rectified this time. But still we did some errors. What are they? We can see that NA is taken for name, BA is taken for basic salary, HR is taken for HRA, and NE is taken for net salary. We don't need this HRA and net because these two variables are used for calculation. So it must not be taken as a parameter. That is the mistake we did. So what is the correct process? That is name and basic salary only. What is the next mistake? You can see that name is assigned to NA, where name is an instance variable. We can see over here. It is assigned to NA, which is a local variable. Data is available in NA, which should give it to name, which is an instance variable. But we did the reverse process over here. So that's why everything has to be changed. This is wrong initialization. It should be left hand side is instance variable, right hand side is the local variable. Basic salary is the local variable where we got the data. It is going to give it to the basic salary, and the variable which is used for calculation will have its default value. Okay, this part is clear. Let's go to the calculation part. Here we have used BA into 20 by 100, 20% of the basic. But you can see HR and BA are the local variables that I used over here. हमने यहाँ पे local variable की तरह use किया था. When I will come out of this method, it is destroyed. So I cannot use the local variables over here. It must be instance variables, that is HRA and basic. So this is the correct process. HR is the instance variable and basic is the instance variable. We have done the same mistake over here, you can see. NE for the net salary, BA for basic, HR for HRA. I have taken this one, which is wrong. It is a local variable. So it must be instance variable, that is NET for net salary, basic for basic salary, HRA for house rent allowance. Let's check the display part. Here a concatenation symbol is missing. Very good. And everything will be displayed in the same line. Name, and after that it will display the name. In the same line it will display the basic salary. We should take it to the next line. So that means /n is missing. Here also /n is missing. Here also /n is missing, which will take the cursor to the next line. Okay. So what is the correct process? This is the correct process. Messes plus variable /n messes plus variable /n messes plus variable /n messes plus variable. If you write one after another in the examination, you can check it. How you will check? Look at this. Messes plus for variable is there, plus is there to distinguish between the messes and the variable, or we can say to concatenate the messes and variable, plus symbol is there, plus symbol is there. Good, correct. At the end, plus is required because this variable needs to be concatenated with the messes. So plus is there, correct. After the first messes, we have to take the cursor to the next line, /n, correct. It is very easy for all of us to check the errors. So write it like this. Let's see. Any other error? Yes. This time we have not given any parameter while creating an object. Parameter is missing. Look at over here. Parameterized constructor takes parameter when I will give at the time of creating an object, but it is not given. So what is the correct process? This is the correct process. I am giving constant. You can accept the data and send it using scanner class also. So that's all for this parameterized constructor. It's time for the homework. A constructor is a member method of a class. You have to specify whether it is true or false. Next one. The new keyword is mandatory to call a constructor, whether true or false. The arguments of a copy constructor is always passed by dash. कैसे पास किया जाता है? Next one. The constructor generated by the compiler is known as क्या? आपको बताना है. Dash constructor cannot be overloaded. ऐसा कौन सा constructor है जिसको आप overload नहीं कर सकते? Next, read the following text and choose the correct answer. This is the text where it says that Java constructor overloading is a technique in which a class can have any number of constructors that differ in parameter list. Differentiated because it is constructor overloading. The compiler differentiates these constructors by taking into account the number of parameters. It is correct. Number of parameter in the list and the types. What are the types of parameter? What is the question? Why do we use constructor overloading? Constructor overloading हम लोग क्यों use करते हैं? इसमें से आपको निकालना है इस डेफिनेशन में से to use different type of constructor because it's a feature provided by the Java to initialize the object in different ways to differentiate one constructor from another, which is the correct answer. So best of luck to all of you for your examination. Avoid the errors. Check your answer before submitting it. Thank you.